Proverbs chapter 13. A wise son heeds his father's discipline, but a scoffer does not listen to rebuke. From the fruit of a man's mouth he enjoys good things, but the treacherous crave violence. He who watches his mouth protects his life, but whoever opens wide his lips comes to ruin. The slacker soul craves yet has nothing, but the diligent soul will be satisfied. A righteous person hates lying, but the wicked acts in shameful disgrace. Righteousness guards one who walks in integrity, but wickedness overthrows the sinner. One pretends to be rich, yet has nothing. Another pretends to be poor, yet has great wealth. A man's riches may ransom his life, but a poor person hears no threat. The light of the righteous shines brightly, the lamp of the wicked is snuffed out. Arrogance yields nothing but strife. Wisdom belongs to those who take advice. Wealth gained by fraud dwindles, but he who gathers by labor increases it. Hope deferred makes the heart sick, but longing fulfilled is a tree of life. Whoever despises instruction will pay a penalty, but whoever respects a mitzvah will be rewarded. Wise instruction is a fountain of life, turning one away from the snares of death. Good understanding wins favor, but the way of the unfaithful is hard. Everyone shrewd acts with knowledge, but a fool flaunts folly. A wicked messenger falls into trouble, but a faithful envoy brings healing. He who spurns discipline comes to poverty and shame, but whoever accepts correction will be honored. A desire fulfilled is sweet to the soul, but fool detests turning away from evil. He who walks with wise men is wise, but a companion of fools suffers harm. Misfortune pursues sinners, but prosperity rewards the righteous. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children, but a sinner's wealth is stored up for the righteous. The fallow field of the poor yields much food, but it is swept away by injustice. He who spares the rod hates his son, but he who loves him is diligent with discipline. The righteous eats to his heart's content, but the belly of the wicked goes hungry. Chapter 14. A wise woman builds her house, but a foolish one tears it down with her own hands. The one who walks uprightly fears Adonai, but one devious in his ways despises him. In the mouth of a fool is a rod for his back, but the lips of the wise protect them. Where there are no oxen, the stalls are clean, but from the strength of the ox comes an abundant harvest. A trustworthy witness does not lie, but a false witness breathes out lies. The scoffer seeks wisdom, yet finds none, but knowledge is easy to the discerning. Walk away from a fool, for you will find no knowledge on his lips. The wisdom of the prudent is to consider his way, but the folly of fools is deception. Fools mock guilt of sin, but among the upright is goodwill. The heart knows its own bitterness, and no one else can share its joy. The house of the wicked will be demolished, but the tent of the upright will flourish. There is a way that seems right to a man, but its end is the way to death. Even in laughter, the heart may ache, and the end of joy may be grief. A backsliding heart partakes of its ways, and a good man is rewarded for his. The naive believes every word, but the shrewd discerns his steps. The wise fears and turns away from evil, but the fool is hot-headed and reckless. One with a short temper acts foolishly, and one with crafty schemes is hated. The naive inherit folly, but the prudent are crowned with knowledge. Evil men will bow in the presence of the good, and the wicked at the gates of the righteous. The poor is hated even by his neighbor, but many are those who love the rich. Whoever despises his neighbor sins, but whoever is gracious to the needy is blessed. Indeed, those who plot evil go astray, but grace and truth comes to those who plan good. In all hard work there is profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty. The crown of the wise is their riches, but the folly of fools is foolishness. A truthful witness saves lives, but one who utters lies is treacherous. In the fear of Adonai, one has strong confidence. It will be a refuge for his children. The fear of Adonai is a fountain of life, turning one from the snares of death. A large population is a king's glory, but lack of subjects is a prince's ruin. One who is slow to anger shows great understanding, but a quick-tempered one exalts folly. A tranquil heart is life to the body, but envy is rottenness to the bones. The one who oppresses the poor shows contempt for his maker, but whoever is kind to the needy honors him. The wicked is brought down in his calamity, yet the righteous has a refuge even in death. Wisdom rests in the heart of the discerning, and even among fools she is known. Righteousness exalts a nation, but sin is a disgrace to any people. The king shows favor toward a servant who acts wisely, but his wrath is on one who is disgraceful. Chapter 15. A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. The tongue of the wise treats knowledge correctly, but the mouth of fools spouts folly. The eyes of Adonai are everywhere, observing the wicked and the good. A healing tongue is a tree of life, but a deceitful one crushes the spirit. A fool despises his father's discipline, but one who accepts reproof is smart. The house of the righteous has great wealth, but the income of the wicked brings trouble. The lips of the wise spread knowledge, but not so the heart of fools. The sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination to Adonai, but the prayer of the upright pleases him. Adonai detests the way of the wicked, but loves those who pursue righteousness. Stern correction awaits one who forsakes the way. One who hates reproof will die. Sheol and Abaddon are before Adonai. How much more the hearts of people? A mocker dislikes one who corrects him. He will not go to the wise. A joyful heart makes the face cheerful, but heartache crushes the spirit. A discerning heart seeks knowledge, but the mouth of fools feeds on folly. All the days of the afflicted are bad, but a cheerful heart has a continual feast. Better is little with the fear of Adonai than great wealth with turmoil. Better a meal of vegetables where there is love than a fattened ox where there is hatred. A hot-tempered man stirs up strife, but one who is slow to anger calms a quarrel. The way of the slacker is a hedge of thorns, but the path of the upright is a highway. A wise child brings joy to his father, but a foolish person despises his mother. Folly is joy to one who lacks sense, but one with discernment walks straight. Plans fail when there is no counsel, but with many advisers they succeed. A person has joy in an appropriate answer. How good is a timely word! The path of life leads upward for the wise, to keep him from going down to Sheol. Adonai tears down a proud man's house, but he maintains the widow's boundary. Even thoughts are an abomination to Adonai, but pleasant words are pure. One greedy for gain troubles his household, but whoever hates bribes will live. A righteous heart thinks before answering, but a wicked mouth blurts out evil things. Adonai is far from the wicked, but hears the prayer of the righteous. Bright eyes bring joy to the heart. Good news gives wealth to the bones. One whose ear heeds a life-giving reproof dwells among the wise. Whoever avoids correction despises himself, but whoever heeds reproof acquires understanding. The fear of Adonai is the discipline of wisdom, and humility comes before honor. Chapter 16. The plans of the heart belong to a man, but the tongue's answer is from Adonai. All a man's ways are pure in his own eyes, but Adonai weighs the motives. Commit whatever you do to Adonai, and your plans will succeed. Adonai works everything out for his own purpose, even the wicked for a day of disaster. Adonai abhors all the proud in heart. Be assured they will not go unpunished. By mercy and truth is iniquity atoned, and by the fear of Adonai one avoids evil. When one's ways are pleasing to Adonai, he makes even his enemies be at peace with him. Better a little with righteousness than much income without justice. The heart of man plans his course, but Adonai directs his steps. An oracle is on the lips of the king. Let his mouth never be treacherous in judgment. Honest balances and scales are Adonai's. All the weights in a bag are his handiwork. Wrongdoing is an abomination to kings, for a throne is established by righteousness. Righteous lips are the delight of kings. He loves those who speak honestly. A king's fury is like messengers of death, but a wise man will appease it. In the light of a king's face there is life, and his favor like a cloud of spring rain. How much better to get wisdom than gold, to choose understanding rather than silver. The highway of the upright avoids evil. He who guards his way protects his life. Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Better to be lowly in spirit with the afflicted than to share the spoil with the proud. One prudent in a matter will find good. Blessed is the one who trusts in Adonai. The wise in heart is called discerning, and sweetness of lips increases persuasiveness. Insight is a fountain of life to one who has it, but folly leads to the discipline of fools. A wise man's heart teaches his mouth and adds persuasiveness to his lips. Pleasant words are honeycomb, sweet to the soul and healing to the bones. There is a way that seems right to a man, but its end is the way to death. A laborer's appetite works on his behalf, for his hunger drives him on. A wicked scoundrel digs up evil, and on his lips is a scorching fire. A perverse person sows strife, and a gossip separates close friends. A violent person lures his neighbor, leading him down a path that is no good. One who winks his eyes schemes deceit. One who pursues his lips is bent on evil. Gray hair is a crown of glory, found on the path of righteousness. Better to be slow to anger than a mighty warrior. One who controls his temper is better than one who conquers a city. The lot is cast into the lap, but their very decision is from Adonai. Chapter 17. Better is dry crust with peace and quiet than a house full of feasting with strife. A wise servant will rule over a disgraceful son and will share the inheritance with the brothers. A crucible is for silver and a furnace is for gold, but Adonai tests the heart. An evildoer listens to wicked lips, a liar listens to a malicious tongue. Whoever mocks the poor insults his maker. Whoever rejoices at calamity will not go unpunished. Grandchildren are the crown of the elderly, and the glory of children is their parents. Arrogant lips are not fitting for a fool, much less lying lips for a ruler. A bribe is a charm in the eyes of its owner. Wherever he turns, he succeeds. Whoever covers up an offense seeks love. Whoever repeats a matter separates close friends. A rebuke makes a greater impression on a discerning person than 100 lashes on a fool. An evil man seeks only rebellion, and so a cruel messenger will be sent against him. Better to meet a bear robbed of his cubs than to deal with a fool in his folly. Whoever rewards evil for good, evil will never leave his house. The beginning of strife is like letting out water, so stop a quarrel before it breaks out. Acquitting the wicked and condemning the righteous both are an abomination to Adonai. Of what use is money in the hand of a fool, since he has no intention of acquiring wisdom? A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. A man lacking judgment shakes hands on a deal and puts a financial security for his neighbor. He who loves sin loves strife. One who builds a high gate invites destruction. A perverse heart finds nothing good. A devious tongue falls into trouble. Whoever fathers a fool gets grief. There is no joy for the father of a disgraceful son. A cheerful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. The wicked one receives a bribe in secret to pervert the ways of justice. Wisdom is before the person of understanding, but the eyes of a fool are on the ends of the earth. A foolish son is grief to his father, and bitterness to her that bore him. Also, to punish a righteous person is not good, nor to beat up an honorable one for his integrity. One with knowledge restrains his words, and a discerning person stays calm. Even a fool who keeps quiet is considered wise, discerning if he seals his lips. Chapter 18. One who isolates oneself seeks his own desire. He defies all sound judgment. A fool finds no delight in understanding, but only in expressing his opinion. When wickedness comes, so does contempt, and with dishonor comes disgrace. The words of one's mouth are deep waters, a fountain of wisdom, a flowing brook. Showing partiality to the wicked is not good, nor is depriving the innocent of justice. The lips of a fool enter into an argument, and his mouth invites a beating. A fool's mouth is his ruin, and his lips are a snare to his soul. The words of a gossip are tasty morsels, going down into one's innermost being. One who is slack in his work is brother to one who destroys. The name of Adonai is a strong tower. The righteous one runs into it and is set safely on high. Up high. A rich person's wealth is a strong city, or like a high wall in its imagination. Before ruin, a person's heart is proud, but humility comes before honor. One who answers before listening, that is his folly and his shame. One spirit sustains him through illness, but who can bear a crushed spirit? A discerning heart gains knowledge. A ear of the wise seeks knowledge. A man's gift makes room for him and leads him before great men. The first to state his case seems just until another comes and cross-examines him. Casting lots ends quarrels and decides between mighty opponents. An offended brother is more formidable than a fortified city, and quarrels are like the bars of a fortress. From the fruit of his mouth a man's stomach is filled. With the harvest of his lips he is satisfied. Death and life are in the control of the tongue. Those who indulge in it will eat its fruit. Whoever finds a wife finds good and receives favor from Adonai. The poor request favor, but the rich answer harshly. A man with many friends may be harmed by them, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother.